I'm Luke.
And I'm Ellen, and welcome to Show of the Weekend.
This week, Ellen and I played Resource Management Kitchen 'em Up Overcooked and fell out spectacularly.
The mushrooms, I'm taking care of them. They're still good. They're still good. They're still good.
No, they're not!
Can we still serve them all extinguishy?
No!
Okay, alright.
It wasn't our proudest hour, and I understand, Luke, that you needed some time away from the purple sofa to heal.
Exactly, Ellen, and I did find the solace I was looking for on a Paris mini break with Andy. It's a bit cold, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back.
We'll always have Paris! Always.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
Magnifique. Anyway, Ellen, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs 2, but we talked extensively about it last week, and I didn't want to bore you to tears. Like, oh, I really like driving around San Francisco, it's really cool.
Are you doing an impression of me last week then?
No, that's me! But what I thought I'd talk about is, as part of this job, we have to play a lot of games that we've previously played, like to get extra capture for all our lists.
Get the good footage.
Yeah, get really nice footage. We get all the capture. I've had one game that has featured in a couple of lists recently, and that is Tomb Raider Legend.
Oh, okay. Where does that feature in the Tomb Raider chronology?
Well, it's like chronologically the first reboot where they did Anniversary, Legend, and Underworld. But it came out before Anniversary. So chronologically it's Anniversary, Legend, Underworld, but when it came out it was Legend, Anniversary, Underworld, which is not at all confusing. So
I assume everyone else is following this, so it's fine.
Legend came out and they were like, let's do a prequel and then a sequel.
Sure.
So just to confuse everyone, because there is an underlying story going through the whole thing. In Legend, it really follows kind of one of the reasons why Lara decided to properly get into archaeology. It wasn't
the money.
Well, it wasn't just because her parents were into it and they lived in a massive mansion.
Pot goes in the pocket. What? Nobody saw.
But
eBay that.
It's also because basically the game starts with like Lara as a little girl and her mum are in a plane crash.
Are we going to crash?
Starboard engine non-responsive.
Not unless it's absolutely necessary.
They somehow survive the plane crash, even though it's in snowy mountains and the chance of surviving is very, very small. But they
let's focus on the positives. They do survive, that's good.
Yeah, it's fine. And they find this stone dais, and there's a sword in it. Lara, as a small child, thinks, oh, this is cool, I'm going to touch it. And then all stuff goes wrong and her mum ends up going missing. And so it's basically following the whole story of like she went into this to try and find out where her mum went. It's quite cool because it's Tomb Raider. Why are you giggling? Her mum's missing.
I was just thinking she should have gone into a profession where she gets to professionally keep her hands to herself.
Oh.
Not touching stones she doesn't know what they do.
Instead, she made that her job.
Yeah.
But basically, it follows the Sword in the Stone and Arthur, and it says it's quite cool because it teaches you slightly about other legends. It's called Tomb Raider Legend because it looks at 3 different types of legend that are all kind of intertwined and all follow this thing of having like a king or monarch figure, a wizard, and a weapon of some kind, whether that be a staff or a sword.
So is it kind of like a sort of shared creation myth idea?
Yeah,
the idea all these cultures have basically
they all
similar
kind of
ideas.
basically have like, the same ideas, and they all intertwine, and it's very clever.
That's
and
cool.
It's cool. You go around all different places. You find out a bit more about her past, like when she went to uni as well. So like you find out about Amanda. You fight a big weird monster in Kazakhstan because of course.
Vodka Red Bull Tuesdays.
Yeah. I really love the gameplay. It's just really fun, and I like that you could like make her run along and just keep pressing like the jump button, and then she just does amazing somersaults. It's like you're in the middle of nowhere, Lara, and this could hurt you, but yeah, I'm just gonna go down this tunnel going.
Yeah, if she breaks her ankle, that's it.
Yeah, she's stuck there. She's stuck there, but she's
she knows
fine.
that she won't.
She's also voiced. Oh, I can't think of the actress's name, but she's yes, Keely Hawes. She's voiced by Keely Hawes.
Keely Hawes, thank you, Mike.
And she is really, really good.
Isn't she beautiful? I'm falling in love all over again.
She's also got like her little team behind her, because it was one of the first games that I think came out after the film, and so like she's got her team with her. Yeah, she's now got a tech guy.
The guy
and
with
a
glasses
nerd.
in that cutscene where they pull up in the van and he's like,
He's just the history nerd.
how many nerds does Lara need?
She needs a lot. I loved the museum level, so like that was the game that actually inspired me to say, hey, let's do that list, the museum list. But too many quick time events, that was the only thing. That series had a lot of quick time events in it.
Back when they were new and exciting.
Yes, I just love the puzzle solving, the running around shooting endangered animals, and it being totally fine. They have to be endangered, yeah. The normal ones are just boring.
If you point your pistols at a not endangered animal, they won't fire.
No, it's just like, come on. No, it's got to be a tiger or a leopard. Because she's got her team, she talks with them on the comms all the time.
Oh, okay.
So you're having this funny kind of back and forth banter between her and the two friends who are helping her through. One of them really doesn't like her jumping around and is like, oh,
well, he's in the wrong job.
Yeah, he doesn't like watching her GoPro footage.
I don't like
just
watching Lara jump
no.
around. Maybe don't do Tomb Raider support stuff.
It's like, could you stop like spinning around?
The video is going to make me sick if you keep on swinging, Lara.
Look away from the screen then.
I religiously went round and got all the collectibles and found them all. Some of them, I will admit, I had to go look up a guide because... What?
I'm furious.
No, I didn't. It's fine. You are rewarded with unlockable outfits and stuff.
It's like different lengths of shorts.
No. There's like all different things. Like she's got like a Union Jack top and stuff, and then
Spice Girls style.
And then she's also got like different outfits. So when she's in Kazakhstan, she's got a jacket, but then she's got the non-winter jacket option as well.
A jacket for all seasons.
Like Anniversary has particular ones. There's a bit where if she stands on Midas's hand in the tomb, she turns to gold. You can get that as an outfit in Anniversary that you unlock.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
You are fully gold. How does she move her
the-
joints?
Yeah, and the doppelganger. So you can make Lara look like her scary doppelganger before it's fully formed, because in the Anniversary, the fleshy one.
Bacon Lara.
Yeah, Bacon Lara.
Ah.
It's amazing. I love the series so much, those three games. I've played them multiple times on both 360 and on PlayStation 3 as well.
Okay, so it's last gen stuff.
Yes.
But it's still out there, shouldn't be too hard to track
Still
down.
out there, still easy enough to get hold of. So.
I know if it's on backwards compatibility.
I don't think it's backwards compatibility yet, but I want it to be a backwards compatible game soon because I play it a lot. So, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing with my 3DS. Now,
Yes.
the reason for this is because of Pokémon Sun and Moon, which we'll talk about, but it just made me start thinking about, like, well, what have I missed this year? And I realised that there was a game in the Ace Attorney series that came out just a couple months ago that I hadn't played.
Yeah.
Objection! And
Yeah.
it completely passed me by. Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice.
Ah,
and
cool.
it's really... Oh, it's really fun. It just made me remember why I love that series so much. There's very little sort of, I guess what you'd call gameplay or skill involved. Like, you can get things wrong,
that
but
why you're
that's
really
why I
good
like
at
it. Yeah. Basically, you may as well just be sort of turning pages in a book or kind of clicking
Right.
through pages of text. You know, there's really only sort of one way to finish the game and one storyline that unfolds. But the care that's put into every court case, if you're not familiar with the Ace Attorney series,
Not.
Oh, well,
explain.
Ellen, okay, you play Phoenix
God.
Wright, Ace Attorney, who has great hair and a cool
Yes,
suit,
I know
and he
that,
shouts
yeah.
objection, and you know
Yeah.
that bit. And the games take the form of a series of trials. You're a defense attorney, so you're always trying to get someone cleared of almost always murder, I think, and they're never guilty, obviously, but
Oh.
you have to.
You
I
have
mean,
to convince
I know,
them.
spoiler alert, Andy.
They were, though.
Gameplay involves sort of listening to testimony and looking at the evidence that you've got and trying to find inconsistencies with it. So you'll sort of be looking at a sort of CCTV print off of a building or something, and you'll be able to see someone's using their right hand to do something, and then later they'll casually mention that they're left-handed, and you have to present that to sort of be counter evidence and stuff. And that's how you progress, by finding inconsistencies, which does not sound fun. I acknowledge that fully,
It
but
sounds a bit like a more complicated, elaborated version of Papers, Please, like that gameplay of having to compare, like, oh, you said this, but you're actually, like, it says on here that you've got this, but look, I can see it's different.
it has a little bit of that about it, but it's, you know, Papers, Please is quite sort of fast-paced, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
and very depressing.
Yeah, and very depressing. It's not depressing, and it's not especially fast-paced either, the Ace Attorney games. There's quite a lot of characterization. All the characters are totally weird and wonderful. They all have crazy names. I actually got into the series because when the Nintendo DS came out, which is going back a little way now, I was looking at what games I could get for it, and I saw Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and I just thought that was the funniest name, and it sounded like the stupidest game. So I kind of picked it up secondhand. I think that first game in the series. It didn't come first to the DS, but I think it was the first time it came to the West, and I just completely fell in love with it. And it's so funny. The localization is brilliant. There's loads of wonderful jokes, and actually playing Pokemon, playing it at the same time, you realise how important that localization is. And although I'm really enjoying Pokemon Sun, you don't get that. Everyone you meet in the game talks in a slightly weird and stilted way. So everyone you talk to in Pokemon is like, be the best trainer you can be. I like all my Pokemon. Pokemon are great. You can give them a potion or something. It's fine because it feels like a Pokemon game because it's always been the case throughout Pokemon. And I know there are rare cases and there are fun characters and there is good localization in the Pokemon games, but for the most part, playing Phoenix Wright has just sort of made me realize how important that can be and the importance of really good writing in games. And I'm just really enjoying it. So everyone should go check it out. As I say, I'm not very far through, so no spoilers, please. Anyway, that's what I've been playing.
Well, let's have a little quiz next, because I understand you've been playing Pokemon.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So let's test you on Pokemon.
You can explore a world beyond your own in the new Pokémon adventure. Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon on Nintendo 3DS.
Okay, so you've been playing Pokemon Sun.
Yes.
Shout out to all the people out there playing Moon. That's what I'm planning to pick up when I get my 3DS. Woo!
Bit rude, but go on.
Well, it's so we can trade.
Oh, look, you've been playing Sun. Shout out to Moon.
Well, it's so that they're
No, it's fine.
acknowledged.
It's fine, it's fine. Let's just move on.
Right, and I've got 5 questions for
Okay.
you regarding Pokemon.
Okay.
And the first question was, which was your starter Pokemon? Was it Rowlet, Litten, or Popplio?
Okay.
And why?
So,
Explain yourself.
Explain yourself. So Rowlet is the grass type, flying type owl.
looks a bit like Millhouse,
Yeah.
which for me was a problem.
Litten is a little cat. He's a fire type, and Popplio is like a seal type one and is water type. So those are your 3.
I won't actually go into my whole thinking here. I'll give you the short version.
Yeah.
I went for Popplio, the humiliating circus seal. He is, you can hear Andy laughing off screen because he knows that Popplio is the most ridiculous of the starter Pokemon. I realised that ultimately I would be spending the most time with the evolved form of whichever one it is I chose. And so that's what I was sort of looking at. I went on Bulbapedia, which is, I'm sure many Pokemon fans will know, the best wiki out there, I believe, for Pokemon facts and info. I looked at what all the different starter Pokemon evolve into, and Popplio doesn't start out great. It's got a little red nose, like a clown.
It's a little bit like a clown, yeah.
It's a weird vibe for it to be like a performing seal, because Pokemon already is a little bit weird ethically, because it's like, should we be making these Pokemon fight and, you know, keeping them in balls? And then you get this starter Pokemon that is a performing animal. Why does it naturally look like that? It's not actually in a circus, so it raises a lot of questions that you don't want to be thinking about. You just want to be focusing on playing Pokemon. However, I love what it evolves into. The final form is so cool. It's kind of this like sort of half seal, half ballerina with this amazing sort of massive dress thing. And I looked at what the other Pokemon evolve into, and I just wasn't as inspired. So I thought, I'll play the long game. I'll go with Popplio. And obviously, as soon as I picked it, I completely fell in love. The thing I really like about Popplio is the noise, the noises it makes in the game.
Can you replicate?
Oh well, it's a real sort of sealy bark noise. So it's like, and it's cute.
I chose Rowlet as my starter, and Rowlet is adorable.
Yeah, Rowlet's adorable.
Its final form, Decidueye, is awesome. It's like a hooded sort of assassin owl.
It's like the Assassin's Creed Pokemon.
Yeah, but the middle form is Dartrix, who looks like a sort of asshole cocktail party host. I feel like he's looking down on me.
Yeah.
Whenever we spend any time together. We'll ask you what books you've read recently and then judge you about it.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely right.
Mike's just looked at Dartrix. Yeah. Show Jane.
Oh, I hate him.
Question 2. The phrase "gotta catch 'em all" is synonymous with the Pokemon series,
Of course.
but where else does it apply in your life?
All grenades thrown at me.
And then throw back, just not just like, yeah, keep this.
No, I'll go with things thrown at me. Things thrown at me. Andy, I see you standing up. I did it!
Hey!
I'm the master of Pokemon.
Things thrown at you. That's good. That's a good one. That's a good
answer.
That's a good answer. Right. Question 3.
Okay. I wasn't focused.
Didn't catch 'em all. You
But
failed.
But I've got to. It's going down
Learned your
here.
lesson.
You can have the toys back when you learn to behave.
Question 3. Can you sing the Jigglypuff song? Jigglypuff.
Well, that's in Smash Brothers, and that's the sort of song that it sings. I feel like there's more of a song that I'm half remembering.
There's the anime version.
Yeah. I'm half remembering. Can you give me a clue?
You were nearly there.
You were nearly there. Jigglypuff is my name. I'm just a Pokemon I am. Send people to sleep. But
Andy wishes to volunteer.
Join in,
Go.
We'll sing it together, Andy.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
over here. We'll sing it together. We'll do a lovely song, duet.
Okay.
Right.
Like there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Jigglypuff,
Jigglypuff. It's all coming back. 1, 2, 3.
Jigglypuff, 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 Jiggly. You should see Andy's face right now. That is no sound changes have been made on that.
Sounds mental.
We've creeped out James.
We've upset our colleagues, we've upset James. I can only assume that we've upset viewers at home. Thanks for sticking with the channel until now.
We understand if you want to at this point.
It was a good run. We had a hell of a month there.
Right. Question 4.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to send 12-year-olds out into the world on their own to battle wild monsters and other people, including adults, with nothing but an owl?
No, obviously not. I mean, that sort of touches on what we were talking about earlier with the idea of Pokemon being just sort of morally a little bit all over the place. Like, it just wouldn't work in the real world. But I guess that's the point of a video game, right? It's escapism, it's fantasy. When I first played Pokemon, I was like the age of the sort of protagonist trainer in it, so it sort of really hit home, that idea of getting on your bike and sort of riding off to adventure and stuff. Yeah. So the answer is no.
No.
I do not endorse that. It doesn't sound fair on the owl.
So it's a no, but fine in video games, because
Yes.
video games it's just fun. It's great. 5th and a final question.
Oh, last question already. Okay.
Okay. What do you think of Digimon?
Oh.
Just be careful. Tread carefully.
So, like, you know what? It's totally fair enough. If I was being very diplomatic, I would finish there. Like, I watched some of the Digimon cartoon. I remember I have this vague memory of the second season being absolutely brilliant. I don't know, I maybe misremembering. You're nodding along.
Very good.
Oh, cool.
Very
That's good. Bear in mind that, you know, I was a kid when this was happening, and when you're a kid, you're like tribal about everything. It's like Sony or Nintendo and Digimon or Pokemon.
I like all things. I'm not like.
Well, all right, best child ever. Well done you. But the rest of us, it was kind of in that sort of atmosphere of, you know, you kind of by default were a bit like, oh, Digimon, it's a kind of Pokemon ripoff. And that's not entirely fair, because it is very different. I liked the TV show. What I didn't like was that all of the Digimon digital monsters, digital champions.
The champions.
What I didn't like was that all the monsters had Mon at the end.
Well, there was one, like, its final form was Angiwamon. Like, she was awesome.
Yeah. The other thing was, like, when they sort of evolved in Digimon, it just added some weird extra suffixes onto their name, like metal and grey and
Mega
super
metal.
ultra metal greymon. And it's like...
Ultimate Greymon.
So I don't take a dim view of Digimon, but I've never been a fan.
The thing I liked about Digimon, I asked this question purely so I could say about how much I like Digimon.
Yeah, I got that.
That with Pokemon, once they evolve, they can't go back. And there was always that thing in the anime of it being really like, Ash wants Pikachu to evolve, but Pikachu doesn't want to evolve. With Digimon, they evolve when they need to fight, and then they just go back to being like normal.
Arguably be better to have a Digimon in real life because it can talk.
Yeah, you have a little
So
friend.
you can have a chat with it. Yeah. Never been
Yeah.
lonely with a Digimon. Whereas Pikachu, you're like, Pikachu, this was a hell of a day. I don't know how I'm going to get all the work done after tomorrow. What? What? Sorry? On last week's show, Ellen explained how Dishonored 2 has really brought its story home.
I'm playing Emily. She's walking around Kanaka going, oh, this is where my dad grew up, this is weird. It's like if I went to like Lincoln and just walked around and went, oh, this is cool, only like there's like murder and blood flies.
Is that what Dishonored 2 is like, you going to Lincoln?
Yeah.
Ringing endorsement.
Commenter Disguises says, I'd just like to confirm that there are no blood flies in Lincoln. That is all.
Well, that's a relief.
Well, hang on. Cobweb Consensus replies, that's exactly what you'd say if you were a swarm of blood flies trying to lure in more victims.
Well, now we don't know who to trust.
Also this week, as previously mentioned, we dashed our friendship on the rocks of Overcooked, attempting some tricky kitchen multitasking. No, rat. No, no, I died. It's just gonna get overcooked. Like the game says.
Like the game's title. Laura Prince summed up the general tone of your reactions, saying, "This is too stressful to watch. Heidi monkey face, Heidi monkey face."
Meanwhile, Pancake Dog 1313 says, I'd eat at your guys' restaurant if you had one. Better than my own cooking, even with the rats.
That's all the encouragement we need.
Grand opening as soon as we pay off the health inspectors.
This week we also return to Skyrim, playing with Kippers the Khajiit, this time using a mod that adds a talking saber cat companion to the game.
Okay, the next thing we have to do is go find our fighting companion. Where are you, talking kitty?
Oh, look at that face.
Follow me, Albion.
Yeah!
Lead on, friend.
Epiman28 says, Kippers is the third member of the Outside Xtra team now. He needs to be added to the channel banner. Do it!
While Napalm Love Punch Adams said, can Halbjorn be the channel's new mascot?
Start a new channel, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They didn't tell us the bit about fictional cats taking our jobs.
We know when we're beat. Meet your new host of Show of the Weekend. Meow 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 meow. Sometimes we words no make mouth.
Words not good all time, words bad. Well, that and witnessing the destruction of your entire family. Well, that and witnessing the destruction. Well, that and witnessing the destruction of your entire family. That's what I want to say.
I don't see what about witnessing the destruction of your entire family was such an issue.
Yeah, I was hungry that day. By the way, Luke, do you have any of those macarons left?
No, all gone.
Have you wolfed them all down?
Ellen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it because of Dan Wolf-Lyle from Infinite Warfare and his death really getting to you?
Oh, Dan. We'll always have Jupiter. We'll always have Jupiter. How many more Dans have to die in this pointless space war?
If only we could take your mind off it.
I don't know. I've seen what happens when you get too distracted.
Ooh, is that a kitty? Oh, I'm still attached.
No, this is a kitty. Where's the kitty? Kitty?
Watch the equipment, Ellen. Okay, I'll wrap up then, as apparently I'm the only professional around here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our friends over on Outside Xbox. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Show of the... What? Is that the kitty over there?